7 years after their wedding, Zia Zai inherited a $100 billion fortune, only to be informed during the handover with her lawyer that her marriage certificate was fake. She was the sole heir to the $100 billion estate. After investigating the matter, the lawyer spoke a name. The other party registered in Mr. Lee's marriage is Lin Wangson. You are currently unmarried. Everyone in Jiangcheng knew that Zia Zai and Li Yuxing were betrothed at birth. Zia Zai was the apple of Li Yuxing's eye, his most cherished treasure. At their wedding, Li Yuxing had given Zia Zai a wedding of the century, vowing publicly, "I, Li Yuxing, will never fail Zixi." Yet his marriage certificate with Lin Wangson was registered the day after their wedding ceremony. Zia Zai gave a self-mocking laugh, taking a long time to accept the fact. Then, her phone received a text message. "Zixi, darling, I bought you the latest bag from your favorite GG brand. The plane has landed. I just have to stop by the company and I'll be right back to be with you. I love you." Today was the day Li Yuxing was returning from his business trip. In fact, Zia Zai was right outside the airport to pick him up. Watching the two of them emerge from the terminal, she clenched her fists. Not far away, Li Yuxing slipped his phone into his trench coat pocket, cupped the back of Lin Wangson's neck, and the two kissed passionately. Meanwhile, tears were already streaming down Zia Zai's face. So, Li Yuxing could say he loved her while kissing another woman. Watching Li Yuxing in the distance, Zia Zai recalled their past together. They were childhood sweethearts. In middle school, her parents had wanted to take her abroad, but when Li Yuxing heard the news, he knelt at the Zia family home for 7 days. Even as he fainted, he held her hand tightly. "Zixi, you can't go. You're mine in this life. I will never allow you to be so far away from me." Throughout middle and high school, for years on end, everyone around them knew that Zia Zai was Li Yuxing's treasure. After the college entrance exams, the Li family wanted Li Yuxing to apply to a top university abroad, but he stayed in Baikeng with her. "Wherever Zixi is, that's where I, Li Yuxing, will be. As soon as we're of legal age, Zixi and I will get our marriage certificate." Indeed, they held their wedding when they were 22. But she had never imagined that Li Yuxing, who loved her so much, would scheme against her so thoroughly in this marriage. He had said he would have the lawyer handle the marriage registration at the Civil Affairs Bureau the next day, claiming he was concerned for her after their tiring wedding night. She and Li Yuxing had known each other since birth. They hadn't been apart for 27 years and had long considered each other their one and only. Yet the outcome was Li Yuxing marrying another woman behind her back. He had occupied her entire life, and at this moment, Zia Zai decided that even if it meant tearing away half of herself, she would completely erase Li Yuxing from the rest of her life. Instead of going home, Zia Zai went to her lawyer to handle the inheritance. All of the Zia family's assets were now under her name, including the Li Corp shares Li Yuxing had transferred to her before their wedding. The lawyer confirmed with Zia Zai again. "Miss Zia, are you certain you want to sell all the Zia family assets under your name?" "Yes, all of the Zia family's properties in Jiangcheng. I'm not leaving a single property behind." Within half a day, Zia Zai signed several contracts, selling off half of the Zia family's assets. Buyers for the other half, all from out of town, had been contacted. They couldn't arrive immediately, but had arranged to gather the funds quickly and come to Jiangcheng to sign with her in the coming days. The lawyer said it would take at most 7 days to liquidate everything. "Li Yuxing, your betrayal, the pain you've caused me. Let it all end within these 7 days." 3 hours later, Zia Zai returned to the home she shared with Li Yuxing. Li Yuxing's cold eyes stared at Zia Zai. "Zixi, where did you go? I couldn't reach your phone. I waited for you for a full 2 hours. Do you have any idea how worried I was?" Looking at Li Yuxing again, her mind was filled with the image of his hand around Lin Wangson's waist at the airport, his head lowered to kiss her. There was a time she had loved his kisses, but now, the thought of them only disgusted her. When Li Yuxing didn't get a response, he rose and walked toward her. "Zixi, you know I hate it when you don't tell me where you're going." Was the last punishment not enough? The next second, Li Yuxing's large hand gripped Zia Zai's slender waist tightly. Zia Zai's body froze, her curled lashes trembling. The scent of tobacco on him, which once made her feel infatuated and safe, now felt dangerous. She knew all too well about Li Yuxing's domineering nature and his possessiveness over her. When she was 20, they had an argument, and she went hiking with a classmate. Li Yuxing had gone mad, mobilizing every helicopter in the city, searching every mountain just to find her. And the first thing he did when he found her was to lock her in his apartment and take her fiercely for a whole month. She had cried and begged him, but he hadn't let her go. Not until she repeatedly promised and swore that she would never disappear and make him worry again. After that incident, Zia Zai was terrified of Li Yuxing. She promised him that no matter how much they fought, she would never dare to pull a disappearing act again. Now Li Yuxing's long fingers lifted her chin. "Zixi, speak. Do you really want me to punish you?" A flicker of panic crossed Zia Zai's eyes. If he found out she was preparing to leave him for good, he would truly lose his mind. Not wanting to alert him, Zia Zai's voice trembled as she said, "I just went to the hospital." She was pregnant, 2 months. Hearing the word hospital, Li Yuxing's eyes instantly darkened. His lips brushed against her forehead, his voice low and suppressed. "Zixi, I know you still want to have a child for me, but your chances of conceiving are 0. We've tried for so many years. That's enough. As long as I have you, my life will have no regrets. Don't go to the hospital anymore. I don't want you to go through that pain again." She had tried IVF no less than 20 times, but not once had she conceived. She had taken so many fertility shots that her arms were swollen from the needles, all to no effect. A moment later, Li Yuxing's phone rang. Zia Zai watched as his dark, sharp brows furrowed slightly. The man ran a hand through her hair. "Honey, let's stop trying for a baby. Zixi is my baby. We can be childless for the rest of our lives. Darling, I have to go out for something urgent. Be good at home. Don't go anywhere and don't run off and make me worry, or I'll get really angry." Without waiting for her reply, Li Yuxing left in a hurry. Zia Zai smiled bitterly. Someone was clearly waiting for him outside, so had he only come back to check if she was home. Half an hour later, Zia Zai received a recording from an unknown number. "You, is Lin Wangxin really pregnant?" "Yes, 3 months. Zixi can't have children, but our family needs an heir. My grandfather is pressuring me." The other person, who sounded like a friend, said, "You, back then you insisted on being with Zixi, which is why old Master Li made you give her the sterilization drugs and forbade you from legally marrying her. Given the situation now, what are your plans? Didn't you say you love Zixi the most?" Zia Zai's face instantly turned deathly pale. What sterilization drugs? Besides cheating on her, Li Yuxing had also been giving her drugs to make her infertile. A heart-wrenching pain tore through Zia Zai's body as she recalled their wedding night. Li Yuxing had brought her a bowl of Chinese medicine. "Zixi, this is a tonic from my family's elders to help with conception. Drink it on our wedding night, and we might get lucky on the first try. After you finish it, you're not allowed to cry later." At the time, she had lain shyly in his arms as Li Yuxing fed her the entire concoction, spoonful by spoonful. It turned out that from the very beginning, he never intended for her to have his child. On the recording, Li Yuxing's voice sounded again. "Of course, I love Zixi. Why else would I let Lin Wangxin get pregnant? Why else would I set aside the blood feud between our families just to be with Zixi? My parents died in a car accident because of Zixi's parents. I've tried my best to ignore that all these years, treating her like a precious treasure. I can give her everything except a child and a marriage, including the Li Corporation. Then, what about Lin Wangxin? Is she really just a surrogate for the old master?" Li Yuxing paused for a long time before finally saying, "Lin Wangxin has a calm, placid nature. I feel very comfortable with her, very at peace. That's something Zixi can never give me." "You, looks like you want both your white moonlight and your red rose." Unable to listen anymore, Zia Zai turned off her phone, tears falling silently. So she had never brought Li Yuxing's heart peace. Zia Zai wiped her tears away, bit by bit. She didn't know who had sent the message. Her trembling hand touched her abdomen. "Right, I can't give birth to his child. I still have one child to deal with." Then Zia Zai made a call. "Junior Zixi. Senior Qing Yan, can your hospital add a surgery for tomorrow morning?" "What kind? I'll help you contact the chief physician." "An abortion." Last night, after Li Yuxing left, Zia Zai had only received one text from him. "Zixi, I won't be back tonight. I drank too much. I'll go straight to the office in the morning. I'll be home in the evening." But the man who claimed he was going to work was also at the hospital today, the day Zia Zai came for her abortion. Li Yuxing appeared on the obstetrics and gynecology floor, his arm around Lin Wangxin. There were many people waiting for checkups nearby. In the crowd, Zia Zai saw Li Yuxing shielding Lin Wangxin in a corner. His protective demeanor was just like how he used to shield her. Lin Wangxin looked up at Li Yuxing and smiled. "You, I'm fine. Everyone here is pregnant. Don't be so nervous." Li Yuxing's deep voice was laced with restraint. I told you to go to a private hospital, but you insisted on coming to a public one. What's so good about this place? Lin Wangxin's eyes dimmed. I'm just a maid's daughter, an ordinary person. I can't compare to you or Miss Zia. Public hospitals are cheaper. I don't want to waste your money. A look of pity filled Li Yuxing's handsome profile. Zixi only ever asks me for the most expensive, most exclusive things. One of her bags could pay your salary for 10 years. Zixi isn't as sensible as you. As he spoke, Li Yuxing held Lin Wangxin and kissed the top of her head. Meanwhile, Zia Zai, dressed in a trench coat, hat, and mask, stood with her back to them, her body rigid. Sensible, how ironic. On the eve of their wedding, Li Yuxing had transferred all his Li Corp shares to her. And he had said one thing. Zixi, Li Yuxing, will only buy you the most expensive, the newest things. My princess must be raised on a pedestal. Then Zia Zai heard Li Yuxing say something else. Rongyuan Hospital was founded by my parents. You'll go there for your prenatal care. That green diamond from the manor auction, I've already had it made into a ring. It's a wedding ring to make up for what I couldn't give you. Zia Zai's curled lashes trembled, her vision instantly blurring with tears. A green diamond, bought at manor. Once upon a time, she was the one who told Li Yuxing the legend. It was said that green diamonds represented a one and only love. Back then, she had pestered Li Yuxing for one. Did Miss Zia like the bag I picked out for her this time? Of course, she loved it. Wanwen, you spent 3 hours carefully choosing it. Thank you for your hard work. Lin Wangxin caressed her abdomen, her eyes downcast, her tone tinged with pain. Miss Zia is my child's adoptive mother after all. I will certainly try to please her. Don't worry. Hearing this, Li Yuxing's heart ached even more. Wanwen, thank you for being willing to give the child to Zixi. Only by giving the child to Zixi can he openly be the heir to Li Corp. Everything I have will be his. Zia Zai listened to this ridiculous conversation. So he got Lin Wangxin pregnant because she was desperate for a child. That was his excuse for cheating. Zia Zai walked step by step toward the operating room. As she changed into a surgical gown, her phone rang. It was Li Yuxing. She answered. Zixi, are you awake? Still angry? I've prepared 99 roses for you. The delivery will be at the villa soon. And breakfast from Wang's, your favorite. You insist on having a child, so I'll have someone look at the orphanages. If we find a suitable baby, we'll adopt. A year at most, okay? I'll make you a mommy. Fine, I don't want the child anymore. I don't want my child anymore. And you want me to raise the child you had with another woman? I'll want that even less. Li Yuxing's tone finally softened. Good girl, Zixi, you're my baby. Our 7th wedding anniversary is in 3 days. I have a surprise for you. Zia Zai hung up. She had a surprise for Li Yuxing too. Zia Zai lay on the cold operating table. Senior Qing Yan appeared. Zixi, given your physical condition, if you lose this child, you might never be able to conceive again. Are you sure you don't want to reconsider? Her vision blurred with tears. Zia Zai said, Senior Qing Yan, I've made up my mind. This child was the best 7th anniversary gift she could give Li Yuxing. The one he didn't want, the one he tried to kill from the very beginning. She wouldn't give it to him. A cold instrument entered her body. The churning in her stomach was agonizing. It also severed the only remaining link between her and Li Yuxing. She never expected that the first message she would receive after waking up from surgery would be a location pin for a bridal shop, sent from an unknown number. Dragging her aching body, Zia Zai took a car to the bridal shop. Li Yuxing and the others had just arrived and were at the entrance. Li Yuxing held Lin Wangxin in his arms, his tone full of helplessness. Wanwen, you are my wife. I can't give you a public wedding, but I still want you to wear a wedding dress once. I'm just afraid of causing you trouble. This will cost a lot of money again. Li Yuxing touched Lin Wangxin's nose, his gesture full of affection. Silly girl, I can't give you a public title, but I can make you happy. Sitting in the car, Zia Zai listened to Li Yuxing's words to Lin Wangxin, a tearing pain ripping through her chest. Wife, Lin Wangxin was his wife, then what was she? He would make Lin Wangxin happy, but what about her happiness? Watching Li Yuxing's actions toward Lin Wangxin, she saw that they were all things he had done for her 1,000 times before. Suddenly, Zia Zai felt no regret about losing the child. Because Li Yuxing was not worthy of being her child's father, she had also chosen her wedding dress here when she married Li Yuxing. Several luxury cars parked in front of and behind hers. The people getting out were all friends of hers and Li Yuxing's. Zia Zai overheard their conversation. Brother Yu is surprising sister-in-law. He's holding a small wedding ceremony at the bridal shop tonight. Isn't Brother Yu afraid Zixi will find out? What can you do? Zixi can't have kids. Brother Yu even tricked her into thinking their certificate was fake. Shut the hell up about that. Zixi is Brother Yu's treasure. This is just to appease Lin Wangxin. Who can blame him? She's carrying a golden goose in her belly. Zia Zai felt the blood drain from her face. So, all the friends she had grown up with knew about Li Yuxing's betrayal. She had opened this bridal shop on a whim during college. Every dress inside was her own design. Besides the manager, no one knew she was the owner. After everyone had gone inside, Zia Zai entered through the back door. She stood in a dark corner on the 3rd floor, watching Li Yuxing in a white suit and Lin Wangxin in a snow-white wedding gown. The inspiration for that dress had come from her first argument with Li Yuxing. Li Yuxing had been angry that Xing Shen gave her a birthday present. He had pinned her against the blackboard in a university classroom and kissed her fiercely. That was their first kiss. That night, amidst the sweet and sour memory of that kiss, she had designed this gown, named First Love. Li Yuxing and Lin Wangxin stood on the stage. Below the stage were all the people she had known since childhood. They were clapping, cheering, and congratulating Li Yuxing and Lin Wangxin. Brother Yu, sister-in-law is so beautiful. Brother Yu, congratulations. It's time for you and sister-in-law to exchange rings. Zia Zai watched as Li Yuxing took out the rings. The box opened. From her high vantage point, Zia Zai saw it clearly. It was a pair of rings, identical to their wedding rings. Li Yuxing's was still the men's version, and Lin Wangxin's ring was exactly the same as hers. So even the rings were a threesome. With a click, the lights changed. All the stage lights went out. Only the high place, where Zia Zai stood, was illuminated. The moment Li Yuxing saw Zia Zai, his eyes instantly turned red. He abandoned Lin Wangxin and ran desperately toward Zia Zai on the 3rd floor. Everyone watched as Li Yuxing trembled all over, his face deathly pale. His trembling hands held Zia Zai, whose heart was dead to all feeling. Zixi, we were just filming a short video. Don't misunderstand. You know this ring was designed by me personally for you, but you don't like being on camera. Lin Wangxin's hands are very similar to yours. When the ad video is edited, I was planning to broadcast it all over the city as a surprise for you. Li Yuxing's trembling hand immediately tried to put the ring on Zia Zai's ring finger. But Zia Zai could feel that the ring wouldn't fit. It wasn't her size. Downstairs, Lin Wangxin's face was pale, her tear-filled eyes looking up at Zia Zai and Li Yuxing. Li Yuxing's tone turned cold. Secretary Lin, my wife is angry. You need to explain. Otherwise, you can forget about working at Li Corp. Lin Wangxin's voice was filled with humility. Miss Zia, this wedding was just for an advertisement. I was the planner. It's because Mr. Li was preparing to broadcast this ad all over the city in 3 days on your wedding anniversary. A smile appeared on Li Yuxing's handsome face as he held Zia Zai. Zixi, did you hear Secretary Lin's explanation? It's all for you. Everything I do is for you. Zixi, my love for you will never change. Zixi is the person I, Li Yuxing, love most in this life. For 27 years, Zia Zai had believed every sweet word Li Yuxing had ever said. But she never imagined that, after betraying her, Li Yuxing could still stand before her with such a doting expression and declare his love for her to the world. Lin Wangxin was provoked by these words. I wish Mr. and Mrs. Li eternal love, a long life together, and may you soon have a precious child. Hearing the words precious child, a sharp pain pierced Zia Zai's heart. Her eyes met Lin Wangxin's. She watched as Lin Wangxin, her face streaked with tears, turned decisively and ran without looking back. Li Yuxing shouted, his voice tearing from his throat. Wanwen. Then he ran down like a madman. Zia Zai saw Li Yuxing chase after Lin Wangxin in front of everyone. Just as Lin Wangxin ran outside, a large truck with a loud bang sent her flying. Zia Zai came down and stood by the roadside. She saw Li Yuxing's anguished roar. Wanwen no. Li Yuxing practically threw himself forward, catching Lin Wangxin. And everyone saw that, to save Li Yuxing, Lin Wangxin had embraced him at the last moment and turned, her small body taking the second impact from the truck. Bang! A pool of blood. Blood gushed from Lin Wangxin's mouth, and beneath her, a river of blood had already formed. Li Yuxing knelt on the ground, holding Lin Wangxin with trembling hands. His eyes were red. Wanwen, you'll be okay. I'll take you to the hospital right now. But Lin Wangxin, spitting blood, cried out, the baby. Ah, you save our baby. Zia Zai saw Li Yuxing's pained, red eyes turn to her. Zia Zai, I told you there was nothing between me and Wanwen. I said it was just an ad. Why didn't you believe me? Why did you have to kill her and her child to be satisfied? At that moment, Zia Zai saw hatred in Li Yuxing's eyes. And around her, friends were also accusing her. Dongfeng Mayan, Zia Zai, brother Yu loves you so much. For you, even though he and Lin Wangxin got a marriage license because of the old master, he sent her abroad for nearly 7 years. Others chimed in. That's right, Zia Zai. Brother Yu didn't want you to get tired, so he had Wanwen stand in for you to film today's short video. Zia Zai, you're too intolerant. Wanwen just likes brother Yu, but she never asked for anything in return. How could you not give such a kind girl even a little bit of space? The same friends who once said she and Li Yuxing were a golden couple, a match made in heaven, were now standing on a moral high ground, accusing her of being wrong, accusing her that a third person could be inserted into her and Li Yuxing's relationship, accusing her that even though Li Yuxing had deceived her for 7 years, it was still her fault. Lin Wangxin was sent to the hospital. Zia Zai followed. Li Yuxing only had scrapes, but he wouldn't let the doctors examine him, insisting on waiting for Lin Wangxin's surgery to be over. Lin Wangxin had lost a massive amount of blood. The baby couldn't be saved, and her uterus had to be removed due to the excessive bleeding. Li Yuxing was in agony. Wanwen, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I shouldn't have sent you abroad for 7 years. I shouldn't have neglected you. And I shouldn't have mistaken all the things you did for me in secret as Zia Zai's doing. I loved the wrong person. I always thought it was her. Hearing this, Zia Zai was stunned and confused. Things Lin Wangxin did for Li Yuxing that he thought were done by me. A smile played on Zia Zai's tear-filled eyes as her trembling hand wiped away her tears. But she had also done so much for him, Li Yuxing, since they were children, silently being his blood bank. Since she was 5, she knew Li Yuxing had a low platelet count. He needed regular blood transfusions. And as a child, her greatest fear was that Li Yuxing would die. Her parents couldn't dissuade her. She had been giving Li Yuxing blood since she was a child. That's why she was always sick, while Li Yuxing grew healthier and healthier. Her body, however, was weak, prone to colds and fevers. Later, in middle school, her parents insisted on taking her away, not wanting her to truly sacrifice her life for Li Yuxing. Li Yuxing thought it was because he knelt at the Zia family home for 7 days that her parents agreed to let her stay. In reality, she had threatened to kill herself, and her parents, heartbroken, had finally let go. Watching Li Yuxing say he regretted loving her, that he shouldn't have been cold to Lin Wangxin, Zia Zai wanted to say that she regretted it too. If she had known her love with Li Yuxing could become so unrecognizable, she would never have let it begin. Zia Zai walked toward the elevator. Not far away, Li Yuxing collapsed heavily to the ground. This time, she chose not to save him. In the quiet night, Zia Zai was alone in the villa, but her social media feed was buzzing. Everyone she and Li Yuxing knew was sharing a video. In the video, the bride's face was not visible, and the groom was putting a ring on her finger. The captions were all the same: Mr. and Mrs. Li's 7th wedding anniversary. A sarcastic smile touched Zia Zai's red lips. Her 7th anniversary with Li Yuxing. It was also 7 years for him and Lin Wangxin. Who were these people really congratulating? They had all posted the scene of Li Yuxing and Lin Wangxin on stage to their social media, and it had now spread across the internet. The entire web was congratulating her. Mrs. Li is so happy. Mr. and Mrs. Li are showing off their love. The wedding of the century, again. At this moment, Li Yuxing was still collapsed in the hospital, in no state to deal with these news reports. Her phone rang. She pressed the answer key. Zia Zai, Ayu needs blood urgently. Get to the hospital and give him a transfusion. Zia Zai's teary eyes were filled with ruthlessness. I'm sorry, old Master Li. I am neither Li Yuxing's wife nor his girlfriend. We are not related in any way. I have no obligation or responsibility to save him. You know. Zia Zai sneered. Thank you, old master, for the harm you did me 7 years ago. It saved me the trouble of a divorce with Li Yuxing 7 years later. If he bleeds to death tonight, as someone who is neither his wife nor his girlfriend, I will not be attending his funeral. Zia Zai, you're just like that grandfather of yours, always someone I, Li Shicheng, despise. Old Master Li hung up. Zia Zai didn't sleep all night. She sorted through everything related to her, and Li Yuxing by herself. The wedding photos, She took a hammer and smashed them one by one. The entire floor was covered in glass shards. The clothes Lee Yuxing bought her, she packed them all up, including the jewelry and bags. In the middle of the night, she had a second-hand auction house haul it all away. And the gifts she and Lee Yuxing had exchanged since childhood. Zia Zai looked at a bunny doll. Lee Yuxing had bought it to coax her when she cried as a child. There was also a stack of college entrance exam workbooks that Lee Yuxing had tutored her with, forcing her to finish them. Zia Zai moved all these things to the courtyard and burned them, piece by piece. Her phone rang again. A text from an unknown number. I never knew he loved me so much. The kind of love where he wouldn't even care about his own life. Zia Zai replied with just one sentence. Lin Wangxin, congratulations on picking up my trash. 3 hours later, Zia Zai received news that Lee Yuxing had woken up. At the Lee family's hospital, she still had 5 bags of blood stored there, just in case Lee Yuxing ever needed them. He had been fine these past few years, never injured, so she would go every 6 months to donate blood for storage, just in case something sudden happened to him. And last night, given his serious injuries, those 5 bags of blood should be completely gone. Her 27-year relationship with Lee Yuxing could, it turned out, be cleaned up in at most 5 hours. She was forcibly brought to the hospital by Lee Yuxing's bodyguards. Pushing open the door to the hospital room, Zia Zai saw Lee Yuxing holding Lin Wangxin. Lee Yuxing's eyes were filled with rage. Zia Zai, you actually bribed the doctor to not only make Wanwen lose her child, but also to remove her uterus. Zia Zai heard Lee Yuxing blame her for the loss of Lin Wangxin's uterus. At that moment, a doctor beside them complained. Mr. Lee, it was Miss Zia. She said if I didn't remove Mrs. Lee's uterus, she would make sure my entire family couldn't survive in Jiangcheng. Lee Yuxing let go of Lin Wangxin and walked toward her. For the first time, Lee Yuxing's hands closed around Zia Zai's neck. Zixi, how could you use money and power to pressure others and harm Wanwen? When did you become so unrecognizable? Hearing this, Zia Zai looked at Lee Yuxing with tear-filled eyes. His heartbroken, furious expression was no longer for her. The pain in her neck was real. For Lin Wangxin, Lee Yuxing was hurting her. Zia Zai curved her lips. Lee Yuxing, it's just a uterus. If I wanted, I could buy her life with money. Instantly, Lee Yuxing exploded with rage, slapping Zia Zai hard across the face. Zia Zai's thin body fell to the ground. Lee Yuxing's cold voice commanded, someone take Zia Zai to the operating room, remove her uterus. 2 doctors restrained her. Hearing this, Zia Zai was stunned. Lee Yuxing, what did you say? What are you going to do to me? Lee Yuxing's icy gaze swept over Zia Zai. Zixi, one shouldn't owe others. That includes you. Since you owe Wanwen, you will repay her. Once the debt is cleared, I will dote on you just like before. With a look from Lee Yuxing, the 2 doctors dragged Zia Zai away. She tried to struggle, but one of the doctors held a syringe with anesthetic and plunged it into her body. Instantly, Zia Zai's vision began to blur. She saw Lee Yuxing holding Lin Wangxin again. Wanwen, don't cry. When you cry, my heart breaks. Zia Zai lost consciousness, her mind filled with images from their youth. At 20, she was in Lee Yuxing's arms, sobbing, while he chuckled mischievously in her ear, his sexy voice full of affection. Zixi, I love it when you cry. When you cry, it really gets me going. It turned out that when you truly cared for a woman, her tears would break your heart. The pain in her abdomen returned. Through a haze, Zia Zai could clearly hear the conversation between the doctor and Lee Yuxing. Mr. Lee, this Miss Zia has had a D&C procedure before. Are we still removing her uterus? A D&C? Lee Yuxing's deep voice was laced with question. The doctor explained, a D&C might be necessary for uterine fibroids or other issues. Lee Yuxing's voice was cold and heavy. Remove Zia Zai's uterus. Send it for Wanwen to see. Wanwen's eyes are swollen from crying. She can't cry anymore. Complete the surgery as soon as possible. After the anesthesia is administered, we need to wait an hour before operating. But Lee Yuxing found the time too long, his tone impatient. Zia Zai is already unconscious. Just cut her open and take her uterus. A single tear slid from the corner of Zia Zai's eye. Taking my uterus, just to stop Lin Wangxin from crying. Her uterus was removed. Zia Zai hemorrhaged. When she woke up, it was 2 days later. Lee Yuxing's cold eyes were filled with frost. You're awake? Zia Zai's throat was dry. Before she could speak, Lee Yuxing said coldly, you were bleeding out. Wanwen saved you with a blood transfusion. Zixi, you should be grateful, you know. Lin Wangxin, who was peeling an orange nearby, said shyly, I'm not asking Miss Zia to thank me. I know you care about her. It's just half of my body's blood. Giving it to Miss Zia is no big deal. If it took all my blood to save her, I would die to save her. Lin Wangxin's words were so sweet. But what Li Yuxing said next was, Zixi, you owe Wanwen. Repay her with your status. Zia Zai looked at Li Yuxing. The light in her eyes when she looked at him was gone. Enduring the pain, Zia Zai got up from the bed. Seeing this, Li Yuxing immediately came over and grabbed her hand fiercely. He scolded, What are you doing? You don't care if I live or die, you don't care if Wanwen lives or dies. Zixi, you're the one who owes us. Zia Zai's face was pale, but her eyes were calm. She gave a sarcastic smile. Li Yuxing, am I really the one who owes you? Nearby, Lin Wangxin started crying. I don't want anything. I just want you and Miss Zia to be happy. I can never see you again. After speaking, Lin Wangxin fainted. Li Yuxing immediately let go of Zia Zai. He quickly scooped Lin Wangxin into his arms. His eyes were full of anger as he said, Zia Zai, not everyone will indulge you. After giving you blood, Wanwen has been taking care of you, staying in this room without leaving your side, afraid you wouldn't wake up. Neither of us has wronged you. You should be content. Now that your grandfather is dead, you have no relatives left in Jiangchang. Zia Zai suddenly understood what a terrible mistake she had made by not choosing to go abroad with her parents. Li Yuxing carried Lin Wangxin and quickly left the room. Enduring the pain, Zia Zai left the hospital. She turned on her phone. There were many messages from her lawyer. Miss Zia, the other half of the buyers have all arrived in Jiangchang, waiting to sign the contracts with you. Zia Zai went to the law firm again. She finalized the sale of the last half of the Zia family's assets. And for the shares Li Yuxing had given her, she had found a buyer herself. Li Yuxing's arch-nemesis, Xing Shen. She sent a message to Xing Shen. Prepare 30 billion. I'm selling you all my Li Corp shares. She received a single word back from Xing Shen. Okay. Initially, Zia Zai had planned to return the Li Corp shares to Li Yuxing. Even with his infidelity, she had wanted to leave them both with some dignity. But after everything that had happened, she had no such intentions. She would destroy Li Corp, and she would destroy Li Yuxing, just as he had destroyed her, just as completely. Zia Zai looked at a nearby shopping mall. On the large screen, an announcement from Li Yuxing scrolled by, publicizing his marriage to Lin Wangxin, along with a heartfelt confession. I apologize for the rumors that Zia Zai and I are married. It has all been a misunderstanding these years. The person I married 7 years ago was Lin Wangxin, but because I wanted to protect my wife, I asked my then sister, Zia Zai, to help me, which led to these 7 years of rumors. I apologize. The misunderstanding is now cleared up. I correct the record. My wife, Li Yuxing's wife, has only ever been Lin Wangxin. There was no ripple of emotion in Zia Zai's clear eyes. Today was the day after her and Li Yuxing's wedding anniversary, and also the true 7th anniversary for Li Yuxing and Lin Wangxin. Her phone rang. It was Li Yuxing. Zia Zai answered. Li Yuxing's angry voice came through. Zia Zai, I order you to return to the hospital. There's something wrong with Wanwen's health. You are to come to the hospital and take care of her personally. Zia Zai stared at the screen and said faintly, Didn't you already compensate her with my uterus? Now you want me to take care of her too. Zia Zai, you need to understand. Wanwen's body has been so severely injured, and because of your appearance, she lost her 3-month-old baby. Do you know what it feels like for a mother to lose her child? A sharp pain pierced Zia Zai's heart. Her mind flashed back to the 2 children she had lost. After leaving the hospital, she had put them in a cryogenic box and had someone deliver them to the restaurant where she and Li Yuxing had celebrated their anniversary for 6 years. As long as Li Yuxing went to that restaurant, the manager would give him this 7th and final anniversary gift. Li Yuxing, I know. Li Yuxing's tone was commanding. Since you know, then come take care of Wanwen. I will forgive you. You can still be by my side. You and Wanwen, no difference between you. Listening to Li Yuxing's desire to have it all, to have them both, Zia Zai's mind filled with his wedding vows. Zixi, I love you. I will only love you for all eternity. And their friends had teased. What if you wrong Zixi? Then I'll jump from the top of the Li Corp building. Those happy voices and laughter were still vivid in her ears. She used the last of her strength to say calmly, Li Yuxing, we're breaking up. There was no marriage between them. A 7-year, undocumented marriage could only end with the words, breaking up. Hanging up the phone, Zia Zai found a coffee shop. She handled what needed to be done, calling her lawyer. Hello, Miss Zia, what can I do for you? First, for the presidency of Dongfeng Mayan, I will use all my shares to support his older brother. Second, the Zhu Group is in financial deficit. Release the news and sue Zhu Heng to repay my 5 billion. Third, my grandfather's will contains evidence that old Master Li murdered his own son and daughter-in-law. Hand it over to the police. During the Dongfeng family's power struggle, Li Yuxing had been forbidden by the old master from interfering. He had been sulking at the time, feeling he couldn't help his friend. It was she who had gone back to the Xia family and begged her grandfather to secretly help Dongfeng Mayan, which led to Dongfeng Mayan's success at Dongfeng Corp today. And her grandfather had always known that old Master Li had indirectly caused the death of his own son and daughter-in-law. Old Master Li had personally come to beg her grandfather not to speak, and her grandfather had kept silent. But her grandfather would never have imagined that the old man would hold that against their family. The Zhu family, Li Yuxing's good friend Zhu Heng. The Zhu family was riddled with internal corruption, with a deficit as high as 5 billion. 6 months ago, Zhu Heng had personally come to her to borrow money, asking her not to tell Li Yuxing. She had lent it to him. But what she got in return was all of them helping Li Yuxing deceive her. She didn't need them to repay her kindness with gushing gratitude. But they couldn't mock her behind her back, treating her like a fool. Those she had helped, who now stood against her and hurt her, she would take back all the good she had done for them. The last person she met was Xing Shen. Xia Zai, you need it urgently. I can only raise half in an hour. The other half will definitely be in your account within a week. There was no ripple of emotion in Xia Zai's clear eyes. Xing Shen's voice was deep. Xia Zai, are you really sure about this? If you sell the Li Corp shares to me, I will acquire Li Corp and ensure Li Yuxing never recovers. Xia Zai picked up the pen and signed the share transfer agreement without hesitation. After signing the contract, Xing Shen personally drove her to the airport. Xia Zai, can't you stay? Xia Zai turned to look at Xing Shen. She avoided the question, saying instead, Xing Shen, congratulations. From today on, of the top 5 prominent families in Jiangcheng, only the Xing family will remain. All of them would pay the price for what they had done. Xia Zai turned and walked into the boarding gate, leaving without a backward glance. Li Yuxing, from now on, we go our separate ways, with mutual resentment. At the hospital, Li Yuxing stared at his phone, lost in thought for a long time. Did he just hear Xia Zai say, breaking up? They had been together for over 20 years. Even during their most intense arguments, neither of them had ever said those words. Li Yuxing tried calling Xia Zai again, but the call wouldn't go through. The moment he collapsed at the operating room door, he had seen Xia Zai run away without looking back. And when he was dying, his grandfather had called her, but she wouldn't come. She had even said so many vicious things. Li Yuxing was furious. If it weren't for Lin Wangxin secretly returning every 6 months for the past 7 years to donate a bag of blood, storing it at the Li family hospital, he would have definitely died this time. Li Yuxing had known, since he was young, that he had a health problem. His grandfather had told him that he had found several adult donors with the same blood type. Each time they donated blood for him, they were paid 5 million. In his younger, more reckless days, he had been very protective of Xia Zai, getting into many fights for her, and had needed more blood then. But after graduating and entering the workforce, he learned to solve problems with other means and hadn't been injured since. But he had never imagined that every blood donation was not from the adults his grandfather mentioned, but from Lin Wangxin's frail body. She had saved his life for 20 years, and loved him for 20 years. He had once thought it was all Xia Zai, because every time he received a transfusion, Xia Zai was lying on the bed next to him. And that girl would always say, "Brother I feel so weak too. You have to share lots of good food with me." At that time, he had wanted to spoil Xia Zai to the heavens. Until 6 months ago, on the night his grandfather forced him to sleep with Lin Wangxin, after he had injured himself, he finally learned that the one who had been donating blood for him all along was Lin Wangxin, not Xia Zai. A nurse from the next room ran over. "Mr. Li, Mrs. Li is awake." Hearing the words Mrs. Li Yuxing's first reaction was, "Zixi she." But the words had barely left his mouth when he realized his mistake. Mrs. Li was not Xia Zai, it was Lin Wangxin. Li Yuxing immediately went next door. Lin Wangxin was crying her eyes out. I'm sorry, you. Let's get a divorce. I don't have a uterus anymore and I've caused a conflict between you and Miss Xia. It's my fault. I can't stay by your side anymore." Li Yuxing pulled Lin Wangxin into his arms. His heart was filled with pity and self-blame. "Wanwen, you haven't wronged anyone. It's me who has been doting on the wrong person all these years. Zixie's uterus has been removed to compensate you. I will treat you well from now on. You saved my life, even at the risk of your own. I am very grateful." Lin Wangxin leaned against Li Yuxing's chest, sobbing, "Ah Yu, can I really stay by your side? I thought this was the greatest wish of my life. Do you really not love Ziazai anymore?" Hearing Ziazai's name, Li Yuxing felt a pang in his chest. Even though he had mistaken his savior, his 27 years of doting on Ziazai were real. How could he possibly forget? But thinking of Ziazai's coldness when he was on the verge of death, thinking of how all his kindness to her over the years had been wasted on an ungrateful person, Li Yuxing knew that the woman before him, Lin Wangxin, was the one he should love. If Zixie begged for his forgiveness, he would be willing to maintain the status quo. With that thought, Li Yuxing wanted to call Ziazai, but he forced himself to hold back. This time, he had to make that girl cry. But half a month passed. There was no news. And the news for the past half-month had all been about the scandals of his close friends. Dongfeng Mayan was kicked out of the board by his brother. The Zhu group was thoroughly investigated from top to bottom, and the entire Zhu family, including Zhu Heng, was arrested. Dongfeng Mayan came to Rongyuan Hospital. "Brother Yu, where's Zixie? Where is she? I haven't been able to find her for the past half-month." Li Yuxing's dark brows knitted tightly. He said coldly, "If Zixie isn't at the villa, where else could she be? I'm so angry this time, she wouldn't dare go anywhere." But Dongfeng Mayan was desperate. "Brother Yu, Zixie isn't at the villa. I've been looking for her for a long time. I tried calling you, but I couldn't get through. That's how I found out you were at Rongyuan." Not far away, a hint of panic flickered in Lin Wangxin's eyes. Li Yuxing looked at Lin Wangxin. For the past half-month, he had barely touched his phone, and Dongfeng Mayan said he had called him many times without getting through. Li Yuxing was about to check his phone. Lin Wangxin immediately started crying. "Ah Yu, I just wanted you to rest well. Your body just received a lot of new blood." Li Yuxing's handsome face softened instantly. Right, Lin Wangxin had given half of her blood to him, and the other half to Zixie. She was his and Zixie's savior. Lin Wangxin had always been concerned about his health. Hanging up Dongfeng's calls was also for his sake. Li Yuxing's voice was magnetic. "Ah Mayan, just go look at the Zia family home. What on earth happened?" But Dongfeng Mayan said, "Brother Yu, Ziazai is gone." Li Yuxing simply didn't believe it. He knew all too well how clingy Ziazai was. He also knew how timid she was. Even if he hurt her, with their 27 years of history, she would at most be angry, not disappear. The veins on Li Yuxing's forehead bulged. His gloomy eyes were cold. "Impossible. How could Ziazai leave me?" Li Yuxing started to move, but Lin Wangxin immediately burst into tears. "Ah Yu, I'll go with you. I'll go kowtow and apologize to Miss Zia. I'll definitely make her forgive you." Li Yuxing's deep eyes looked at the delicate and sensible Lin Wangxin. "Wanwen, wait for me to come back. I'll go find Zixie." "You don't need to go. She'll definitely be even angrier if she sees you now." Li Yuxing left quickly. The moment the door closed, the tears on Lin Wangxin's face vanished. A smile touched her red lips. "Ziazai, you're finally gone. If you had stayed any longer, I would have had to take your life." Li Yuxing returned to the villa and searched from top to bottom, but couldn't find Ziazai. He finally panicked. A maid said nervously, "Mr. Li, the madam's things have been gone for a while. There's a barrel in the backyard with a lot of burnt things inside." Li Yuxing was furious. "Zixie is gone. Why didn't you say anything?" The maid trembled. "Didn't you already draw a line with the madam?" The recent news, everyone in Jiangcheng knew. Li Yuxing's heart sank. It seemed he had let the whole world know that he had married Lin Wangxin, not Ziazai. It seemed he had disavowed his relationship with Ziazai in front of the whole world. Li Yuxing ran to the bedroom like a madman. Ziazai's things were gone from the closet. Even their matching clothes and items. Only the men's versions remained. Li Yuxing ran downstairs again and looked at the large iron barrel. The shapes of the burnt things were still visible. He could make out that they were all gifts he had given Ziazai. The bunny doll, Ziazai's favorite. He had used bunny dolls to coax her since they were children, taking her to all sorts of arcades to win them from claw machines. Later, when she grew up and liked bags, he would snatch up the latest GG brand bags for her. Even if it was the middle of the night, he would stay up, waiting to grab one. As long as he gave her the bag, her eyes would light up, she would be incredibly happy, and then she would throw herself into his arms and act cute. "Brother, you're amazing. I just saw the news about the new bag, and you've already bought it. Of course, my Zixi can have everything. And the clothes. Every matching outfit was designed by them together. That girl had an excellent talent for design, and he liked to add his own touches to her designs, and she would draw according to his ideas." Lee Yuxing squatted in front of the iron barrel, watching as everything between him and Zai turned to ash. He clutched his head in pain. "Zixi," his assistant called. Lee Yuxing answered. "Mr. Lee, we've found out. Miss Zia flew to Country Y half a month ago, and all the Zia family's assets have been liquidated, even the Zia Corp building has been sold." Lee Yuxing's phone instantly dropped to the ground. Gone, how could she just leave? Lee Yuxing's face was deathly pale. Lee Yuxing made countless calls to Zai, but all he got was, "The number you have dialed is not in service. Please try again later." And her WeChat account had been deleted. Lee Yuxing didn't believe it. He went to the old Zia family residence. It was empty. He went to the company. The Zia family's main company had been sold to a buyer from Baikang. The subsidiaries, too, some even sold to foreign companies. All the legal representative changes had been made. Lee Yuxing tried to contact Zai's parents, but it was like dropping a stone into the sea. He couldn't reach them. Lee Yuxing suddenly felt hollowed out. He had never thought he and Zai would reach a point of never seeing each other again. But suddenly, he couldn't find Zai, and he was completely panicked. He called everyone they knew, but everyone's answer was the same. They hadn't seen Zai and had no contact with her. Dongfeng Mayan explained nervously. "Brother, the 18% stake in Dongfeng Corp that supported me before was Zai's. She sold all her shares to my older brother, which is why I was kicked out of Dongfeng Corp. Last time, when you and Lin Wangxin had your wedding at the bridal shop, she settled accounts with everyone who was there. The Zhu family fell, I was kicked out. Ji Ryu of the Ji family was exiled abroad. Qing Ruan of the Qing family was married off to Zihai. They had all received favors from Zai, and she put pressure on all their families, one by one. They were all abandoned by their families. We were all her friends since childhood, but we all knew you betrayed her, and not a single one of us told her. She hates all of us." Lee Yuxing's face was deathly pale. His deep eyes were filled with pain. "She hates me, and she hates you all." The assistant called again. "Mr. Lee, we've found out. Before Miss Zia left, she came from the hospital and then went to the coffee shop across from the Lee Corp building. The last person she saw was Xing Shen." Jealousy and rage filled Lee Yuxing's eyes. Xing Shen, the most outstanding heir of the Xing family. He loved Zai. He dialed a number. He had to know why Zai had to see Xing Shen before leaving Jiangchang. When Xing Shen heard Lee Yuxing asking about Zai, he suddenly laughed. "Lee Yuxing, isn't it a bit late for you to be asking? Your marriage with Zai has always been a deception. Only now does she know. Xing Shen, this is between me and Zixi. Do you know where she went or not?" Xing Shen said, "I do. She went to Country Y and will never come back." "Lee Yuxing, I forgot to tell you, tomorrow is the Lee Corp shareholders meeting." Lee Yuxing said coldly, "What's my Lee Corp shareholders meeting got to do with you?" Xing Shen chuckled. "Lee Yuxing, 7 years ago, you felt guilty for marrying Lin Wangxin and transferred all your shares to Zai. Half a month ago, Zai sold all your Lee Corp shares to me for 30 billion. And you, get ready to get out of Lee Corp." Lee Yuxing instantly coughed up a mouthful of blood. "No, impossible. Zixi wouldn't do this to me." "Xing Shen, did you trick Zixi again?" Xing Shen said, "Zai would give her life for you. She almost died several times without letting you know a thing." Lee Yuxing, just the 30 billion worth of Lee family shares isn't enough to repay what Zai has given you over the years. Xing Shen hung up. Lee Yuxing frantically called back. "Xing Shen, explain yourself. What do you mean Zixi almost died for me several times? Explain." Xing Shen sneered. "Lee Yuxing, if Zai didn't love you so much, I would have fought with everything I have to win her over. But after this, you will never have her again. After the Lee Corp shareholders meeting tomorrow, I will go find her. Lee Yuxing, you can wait to lose her and then have nothing at all." Xing Shen hung up, but this time, he sent over several pieces of evidence. Lee Yuxing looked at the pictures, one by one. They were all of Zai in their youth. When he was injured and unconscious, she would sit by his side, giving him blood, smiling at him, her eyes full of love. There were a few others, of Zai slumped over his bed, an IV needle still in her hand. And later, Zia Zai's regular hospital visits, always to the hematology department. Even the fact that Zia Zai went to the hospital to be his backup blood bag, Xing Shen knew it all clearly. Li Yuxing looked at the records, all signed by Zia Zai. His mind replayed his grandfather's deception, telling him that Lin Wangxin was his savior. It was Zia Zai, it was all Zia Zai. Zixi, you've given so much for me. A murderous aura emanated from Li Yuxing, a palpable rage, like a king of hell come to claim a life. He sped back to the old Li family residence at 150 kilometers per hour. He went straight for his grandfather's study. He kicked the door open with a fierce blow. But Li Yuxing never expected to see such a disgusting scene. Lin Wangxin, her body as white as a kitten, was kneeling pitifully between the old master's legs. She was swaying the few scraps of cloth on her body, performing an act to please the old master. In that instant, Li Yuxing was overcome with a wave of nauseating revulsion. His well-defined fingers gripped the door. His fierce eyes stared at the two people not far away. He curved his lips, his voice chillingly cold. "Grandfather, what are you and Lin Wangxin doing?" When Lin Wangxin saw it was Li Yuxing, her face turned deathly pale with fright. Her revealing lingerie left little to the imagination as she collapsed to the floor. Her flickering eyes instantly filled with tears. Her voice trembled. "Ah, you, listen to me." Lin Wangxin desperately tried to put on her dress, but the more she panicked, the more she fumbled with the clothes. Lin Wangxin crawled toward Li Yuxing, crying, ah, you, I can explain." But old Master Li was completely calm. His murky eyes held the cold ruthlessness of a man in power. His deep voice said, "Ah, you, there's nothing for grandfather to explain. If I say this girl Wanwen is good, then she's good." But Li Yuxing's sinister eyes were filled with coldness. "So, grandfather tried her out first before letting me marry her." Lin Wangxin lay on the floor, crying and hugging Li Yuxing's leg. "Ah, you, I was forced. I did it for you. Your cousin has always been after your position as president. The old master said if I served him, the Li family would be yours in the future." Li Yuxing's face was grim. He kicked Lin Wangxin away fiercely. He said coldly, "My cousin, Lin Wangxin, what right does that waste have to compete with me? Do you think I need you to sell yourself?" At this point, Li Yuxing no longer believed Lin Wangxin. He had had people investigate. It was all a deliberate scheme by the old master and Lin Wangxin. Lin Wangxin's blood type was incompatible with his. She couldn't have given him blood. The old master's face darkened. "Ah, you, it's just a woman. This girl Wanwen has been my woman for many years. She's just a plaything. If you want her, grandfather will give her to you. If you don't, she'll be like her mother, staying in the Li family as a maid." Lin Wangxin screamed in terror. "No, I want to be with Ah Yu. Ah Yu, I love you. I was raped by the old master. He raped me when I was 19. Li Yuxing's cold eyes stared at old Master Li. "Back then, was it you, or her, who insisted I get a marriage certificate with Lin Wangxin? Who insisted I give Zixi the sterilization drugs?" Li Yuxing's finger pointed at Lin Wangxin. Lin Wangxin was instantly terrified. She kept looking at the old master, hoping he would admit to it, but the old master just curved his lips. "Although grandfather doesn't like that girl from the Zia family, I'm not that vicious. At that time, Lin Wangxin was pregnant, and grandfather wanted this younger son, so I agreed." Lin Wangxin exploded in rage. "You old bastard, you clearly said you would never tell Ah Yu." For the past 7 years, she hadn't been exiled abroad, but had been locked in a villa in the suburbs by the old master, used by him in perverted ways. Li Yuxing's hateful eyes stared at Lin Wangxin. "Grandfather, I won't let this go." Lin Wangxin's hand grabbed the leg of Li Yuxing's suit pants. "Ah Yu, I love you, I really love you. I've loved you desperately all these years. Everything I've done was because I love you." But Li Yuxing kicked Lin Wangxin again. A mouthful of blood gushed from Lin Wangxin's mouth. Li Yuxing's cold eyes looked at old Master Li. "Grandfather, I will settle this with you." Li Yuxing took Lin Wangxin away. Along the way, Lin Wangxin was dragged out of the Li family home by Li Yuxing, barely closed. The maids and bodyguards all saw it. The family secret was out. Before long, the story was sold to a reporter by a greedy maid. In an instant, an exposed photo of Lin Wangxin dominated the headlines. Though the public didn't know the full story yet, the headline was just a few bold words. "Mrs. Li and Mr. Li play so wildly." And there were many comments online. Li Yuxing locked Lin Wangxin in a dilapidated house. Lin Wangxin cried and begged Li Yuxing, "I was ruined by your grandfather. He knew I liked you. That night when I was 19, he called me to his room, saying he could agree to you being with me, but instead, he defiled me. Lee Yuxing slapped Lin Wangxin hard across the face. You like me, so I have to like you back? You ruined me and Zixi. Tell me, how should I get my revenge on you? Lee Yuxing's voice was cold. Lin Wangxin, I've already had the lawyer handle our divorce. Lin Wangxin was stunned and immediately tried to throw herself into Lee Yuxing's arms. But she was pushed away fiercely by Lee Yuxing. Lin Wangxin quickly cried, Ah you, I know you still miss Zia Zai very much. I won't compete with her. If you insist on giving the position of Mrs. Li to her, I will just be the woman behind you, okay? Lee Yuxing looked at Lin Wangxin's tear-streaked face. His mind was filled with images of Zia Zai crying. That girl didn't have the best temper, she was spoiled. Every time she cried, she liked to bite him relentlessly in his arms. She would say that if she was uncomfortable, he had to suffer too. When did he start seeing Lin Wangxin in a different light? It was when his grandfather said Lin Wangxin was the one who had been saving him all these years. It was clearly a lie, and he only needed to investigate. But he had believed it. Lee Yuxing threw a stack of photos at Lin Wangxin. You started seducing grandfather 10 years ago, making him stop me and Zixi from being together. It was also your idea to force me to get a license with you, to force me to give Zixi the sterilization drugs before allowing me to marry her. When Lin Wangxin saw that Lee Yuxing had investigated things from so long ago, her face turned pale, but she still denied it. No, that's not it, Ah Yu. It was the old master. It was all the old master's doing. I tried to persuade him, but he insisted on making Zia Zai's life a living hell. Lee Yuxing's eyes were icy. He took Lin Wangxin's phone and entered a program. All of Lin Wangxin's deleted chat histories and records were restored. Lee Yuxing saw Lin Wangxin using 2 accounts to constantly send messages to Zia Zai. He saw those texts. They were all Lin Wangxin's provocations toward Zia Zai. And Lin Wangxin's meticulous plans, even her notes were on the phone. She had schemed against Zia Zai, schemed against him, step by step. Even the sterilization drugs Zia Zai had drunk back, then were found by Lin Wangxin. The dose she used was very strong. The pain in Lee Yuxing's eyes deepened. Lin Wangxin, for the past 10 years, you've schemed against me and Zixi. Even the car accident at the bridal shop was a setup you orchestrated yourself. No, I should say, that car was originally meant for Zixi, but the driver hit the wrong person, and you were able to turn the mistake to your advantage, using your own body to shield me. So calm, clear-headed, and quick to react. At this moment, he had to admire Lin Wangxin's adaptability. But Lin Wangxin's desire to kill Zixi was real. Lin Wangxin cried out, Ah you, listen to me, I just love you too much, Lee Yuxing looked at the hypocritical Lin Wangxin. He said coldly, Since you want Zixi dead, then you can go rot in jail. Lin Wangxin was terrified. Ah you, I love you, I love you. Lee Yuxing pushed Lin Wangxin away again. Get lost, don't dirty me. Lin Wangxin knew that it was impossible between her and Lee Yuxing now, but a smile suddenly appeared on her face. She said loudly, Lee Yuxing, did you know? The last time you accompanied me to the public hospital for a checkup, Zia Zai was also there that day. She was going to the operating room for an abortion. Lee Yuxing was completely shocked. He roared, Lin Wangxin, you're lying. How could Zixi have a child? But Lin Wangxin said mockingly, You didn't see her, but I did. Senior Qing Yan from the medical school knows. If you don't believe me, go ask him. Lee Yuxing, I love you, but you've only ever liked Zia Zai since we were children. I'm just the daughter of a maid in the Li family. If I didn't use these methods, you would never have even looked at me. Lee Yuxing's hands closed around Lin Wangxin's neck. His eyes were full of hatred as he roared, That's no reason for you to hurt Zixi. My treasure will always be Zixi. You and grandfather both deserve to die. Lin Wangxin's throat ached terribly. She laughed, but she will never forgive you. Lee Yuxing's trembling hands loosened. His eyes were filled with pain. Yes, she will never forgive me. Lee Yuxing's eyes instantly turned cold. He made a call. Before long, bodyguards brought in several beggars. He had these men torture Lin Wangxin. Lin Wangxin lay on the ground, laughing loudly. Lee Yuxing, no matter how you retaliate against me, you can't divorce me. The old master will never agree. The son I had for the old master, he wants to count him as yours. I said, I want to be with you for a lifetime. If he can't do that, I'll expose everything about him. Lee Yuxing's eyes were cold. A message came from his lawyer on his phone. It was 2 divorce certificates. He said, From now on, grandfather can't stop me from doing anything. Lin Wangsun, we are divorced. When the images of the two divorce certificates were placed in front of Lin Wangsun, it was the final blow that shattered her. She cried out in pain, "No, I will be Mrs. Li for my whole life. I am Mrs. Li." Li Yuxing watched as Lin Wangsun's clothes were torn off by the beggars. He turned and left the dilapidated warehouse. Then he instructed the bodyguards, "Take her to the police station tomorrow morning, and the driver who hit her. Submit all the evidence and sue Lin Wangsun for murder." Li Yuxing went to Jiangcheng's first hospital. He found Qing Yan. Qing Yan was the only pure soul in their circle. Seeing Li Yuxing, Qing Yan was not surprised. "Yuxing, this is the record of Ziazai's pregnancy." Li Yuxing took the report, his red-rimmed eyes staring at the records. Ziazai, 1.5 months pregnant with twins. A heart-wrenching pain tore through Li Yuxing. He couldn't breathe, it hurt too much. The tall, imposing man stumbled backward, unable to stand steady, his handsome face deathly pale. His trembling voice asked, "Zixi really had my children, and they were twins?" Qing Yan pushed up his glasses, his tone tinged with a sigh. "Yuxing, after you forbade Zixi from doing IVF, she secretly came to me at the public hospital, asking me not to tell you. These past few months, she went through so many ovulation cycles, so many IVF attempts. The pain she endured is beyond what you can imagine. She desperately wanted a child. She kept telling me that her love with you had no regrets, but a child was the best gift she wanted to give you." Li Yuxing covered his eyes with his long fingers, tears soaking them. He was in agony. How many needles did Zixi endure? She had no less than 78 shots to maintain the pregnancy, but every time she came alone, you never knew. Li Yuxing's pained voice was full of anguish. "She's so afraid of pain. She's always been so afraid of pain." Qing Yan continued, "After the IVF was successful, she was so happy. She said she wanted to give you a surprise for your wedding anniversary." The news about Li Yuxing and Ziazai had spread throughout Jiangcheng. Everyone knew. Li Yuxing knew what came next without Qing Yan having to say it. And he had let Ziazai know about his betrayal. Qing Yan said, "After old Master Zia passed away, you went abroad right after the funeral. But Yuxing, old Master Zia's will left the inheritance to you and your wife. For Ziazai to handle the inheritance under both your names, she needed a marriage certificate." Li Yuxing's face was deathly pale. And the marriage certificate he had given Ziazai 7 years ago was fake. Zixi couldn't transfer the Zia family inheritance to both their names. Old Master Zia's generosity, Ziazai's love, even this massive inheritance was clearly stated. But he had failed both Old Master Zia and Zixi. Qing Yan delivered the final, fatal blow. "Yuxing, Ziazai can never have children again. To make a clean break with you, she gave up her only chance to be a mother." Li Yuxing covered his face with his hands and sobbed loudly. "Ah, Zixi, Zixi." And for Lin Wangsun, he had even had her uterus removed. Li Yuxing couldn't even imagine how desperate Ziazai must have been, lying in that operating room. He had only thought of compensating Lin Wangsun. He had only thought that since Ziazai couldn't have children anyway, losing her uterus didn't matter. But he had never thought that that fragile uterus had once carried his 2 children. That is, Zixi had once paid a great price to give him the best gift. And he had trampled on it all, lost it all. To get pregnant, Ziazai had always come behind his back. And the dates on the report were all when he was at the company. Once he had called her, and her voice sounded off. "Li Yuxing, why do you keep calling me? I'm not feeling well." He had rushed home immediately and found Ziazai pale, curled up in a ball. And he had smelled the scent of blood. But that girl had smiled brightly at him. "I'm on my period, I have cramps. Can you warm my stomach for me?" He had warmed her stomach with his hands, and Ziazai had burrowed into his arms and cried. Li Yuxing, it hurt so much. He had kissed her, stunned and panicked, because Ziazai had never had cramps before. He had called Qing Yan, and following his instructions, made brown sugar water for Ziazai and kept her warm. After taking care of her for several days, she finally got better. Li Yuxing's eyes reddened. That wasn't period cramps, it was the pain of her trying to conceive. Li Yuxing's heart ached terribly. Why had he only noticed now? Why did he only know now? That potent, cold medicine on their wedding night had dealt a devastating blow to Ziazai's body. At that time, he had only wanted to possess her, but he had also given her the greatest harm. Lin Wangsun and his grandfather were the masterminds, but he was the executioner. When Li Yuxing left the hospital, it was as if his soul had been ripped out. His phone beeped. News reports, the death of his parents. All the evidence, all the calls pointed to old Master Li. Li Yuxing saw the message. The phone rang. It was the butler's frantic voice. "Young master, the old master has been taken away by the police." Lee Yuxing's voice was grim. "Is what the report says true? Was it really grandfather who killed my parents?" The butler's voice trembled. It was just an accident." Lee Yuxing roared. "All these years, grandfather told me it was the Lin family's parents, all because of Zia Zai. Is that true or not?" Lee Yuxing's eyes were red with rage. The butler's trembling voice recounted the events of over 20 years ago. That day, both sets of parents had gone out. He had a fever, and his parents were worried and wanted to get him to the hospital quickly. Their car was out of gas, so they took the Zia family's car. On the way, his father discovered the brakes had failed. To avoid a large truck, his father swerved, and the car rolled down a cliff. He was well protected by his mother. The two adults died, but he survived. Hearing this, Lee Yuxing felt as if his heart had been gouged out. He loved Zia Zai, but he also hated her. For all these years, he had been torn between his parents and the hatred for Zia Zai, suffering for so long. Now, with ironclad evidence before him, it was all his grandfather's scheme. Lee Yuxing went to the police station to see Old Master Lee. When the old master saw Lee Yuxing, he just sighed. "Ah, you, it's all true. Ah, you, I've fought with that old man from the Zia family my whole life. I couldn't lose." Lee Yuxing's hateful, red eyes stared at the old master. "So you destroyed me and Zixi. So you used my parents' lives just to win against Old Master Zia." Old Master Lee showed no remorse. "Yes, I didn't approve of you too back then. You were the one who insisted on being with Zia Zai. I would never allow a Zia family girl to bear Lee family blood." Lin Wangxin's words just happened to align with my thoughts. But Lee Yuxing curved his lips and delivered the most fatal blow to Old Master Lee. 7 years ago, out of guilt, I secretly transferred all my shares to Zixi, and now all those shares have been acquired by the Xing family. Grandfather, back then you forced me to marry Lin Wangxin, and I demanded all your Lee Corp shares. And now, Lee Corp is destroyed. Old Master Lee spat out a mouthful of old blood. "What did you say?" Lee Yuxing's smile widened. "Zixi has been the one controlling the Lee Corp shares all these years. Grandfather, you sold Lee Corp with your own hands." Old Master Lee was instantly enraged. "You bastard, get the shares back. That was my life's work. You gave it all to the descendant of that old Zia bastard. Lee Yuxing, I should have killed Zia Zai back then too, leaving that scourge to harm my Lee family." Lee Yuxing felt the old master's hatred for the Zia family, for Zia Zai. All these years, he had been blind, thinking the old master's dislike for Zia Zai was just because she was spoiled. But in the end, it was because of the feud between their older generation. Lee Yuxing said, "Grandfather, you can stay in prison and pay for my parents' lives." The old master laughed loudly. "Ah, you, that old man from the Zia family was in a nursing home. I was the one who had him killed in the end." Lee Yuxing's body stiffened, his pained eyes filled with anguish. Abroad, Zia Zai received a call from the police back home. Her eyes filled with tears. "My grandfather didn't die of illness. He was murdered." Old Master Zia's health was in its late stages at that time, but according to the doctor's diagnosis, he could have lived for another 2 years. Old Master Lee has already confessed to killing him, so the Zia family needs someone to come back and handle this matter. Zia Zai had never imagined that her grandfather had been murdered. When Father and Mother Zia saw the news, they said, "Zixi, your mother and I will go handle it. You don't have to go back." Zia Zai shook her head, looking at her parents with teary eyes. "Grandfather took care of me all those years. I'm going back too." Her grandfather had never wronged the Lee family in any way, yet their Zia family had been so tragically harmed by them. When she returned to Jiangcheng, it was 2 days later. Zia Zai didn't go to the police station with her parents. Instead, she went straight to the cemetery. "Grandpa, I regret it. I regret being with Lee Yuxing, regret loving him. If I could do it all over again, I would never let myself have even the slightest chance of meeting him." Hiding behind a large tree in the distance, Lee Yuxing heard this, and a heart-wrenching pain tore through him. He was certain that the Zia family would return for Old Master Zia's case, and he was certain Zia Zai would come to the cemetery. He had waited for 3 days, and finally she was here. Lee Yuxing's eyes greedily drank in the sight of Zia Zai. Although it had only been a short month since she left, it felt like a lifetime apart. In this month, Zia Zai had lost a lot of weight. Her face was pale, and even though the weather wasn't too cold, she was wrapped in a down jacket. Lee Yuxing's mind replayed Qing Yan's words. "Yuxing, Zixi's body has been severely weakened. Her health is very poor, so just let her live well. Li Yuxing felt a metallic taste in his throat. He coughed. In the distance, Zia Zai turned her head. They looked at each other from afar. Li Yuxing ran toward Zia Zai and pulled her fiercely into his arms. His arms were incredibly tight, as if he wanted to merge her into his very bones. Zixi, I'm sorry, our child. But Zia Zai cut him off. Her tone was flat. My mother and the others are still waiting for me at the police station. Li Yuxing, let me go. The many things Li Yuxing wanted to say to Zia Zai were swallowed back down. My grandfather killed your grandfather. He will face the judgment of the law. A sudden sense of powerlessness washed over Li Yuxing, and tears instantly welled in his eyes. If you want me to face legal consequences, I will go turn myself in. But Zia Zai just replied, Li Yuxing, that's not necessary. Zia Zai pushed Li Yuxing away and walked toward a black car parked by the road. She got in the car and left the cemetery. Her assistant told her, Miss Zia, there's a car following us. Zia Zai knew who it was without looking back. She said faintly, don't worry about it, just drive. On the way back to the city, Zia Zai saw that the billboards and screens along the roads of Jiangcheng were all displaying the same message. Zixi, I'm sorry. I know I was wrong, please forgive me. Zixi, I love you. Zixi, let's start over. A month ago, when she left Jiangcheng, he had publicly announced his relationship with Lin Wangxin. Now, less than a month later, he was begging her. How ridiculous. Zia Zai returned to the hotel. But at the hotel entrance, she ran into Xing Shen. Xing Shen's voice was magnetic. Li Yuxing came to the hotel, but I had security stop him from entering. Zia Zai said, okay, thank you, CEO Xing. Xing Shen's eyes darkened. Zia Zai, you can just call me by my name. We were classmates. A slight smile touched Zia Zai's lips. All right, I might have to trouble you, Xing Shen, for the next few days. It's no trouble. Li Yuxing's car also pulled up at the hotel entrance. He got out. Xing Shen's gaze was immediately defensive. Zia Zai glanced at Li Yuxing behind her. Right now, the Zia family and the Li family are only plaintiff and defendant. There is no other relationship. Mr. Li, let's see each other in court. For the murder case of old Master Li, the Zia family had instructed their lawyer to only accept the death penalty. No other sentence would be accepted. Li Yuxing watched as Xing Shen and Zia Zai left together. He was blocked outside the hotel, and his chest ached so much he couldn't breathe. He suddenly understood. In the bridal shop, when Zia Zai stood on high, watching him and Lin Wangxin hold their wedding, this must have been how she felt. Just seeing Xing Shen and Zia Zai walk together, his heart was tearing apart. Zixi, I'm sorry. 2 weeks later, the verdict for old Master Zia's murder case was delivered. Old Master Li's sentence was extended. 3 lives. He was sentenced to death to be executed immediately. Zia Zai saw the report. After Li Yuxing collected his grandfather's body, he stood outside the Xing family's hotel with 999 roses, kneeling on one knee, begging for her forgiveness. Zia Zai didn't know why Li Yuxing was doing this. She didn't know what had happened between him and Lin Wangxin. But in such a short time, the love had dissipated. Zia Zai had no desire to know the reasons why. Li Yuxing caused a scene at the hotel entrance for several days, demanding to see her. There were too many reporters in Jiangcheng watching this spectacle. The entrance to the Xing family hotel was crowded every day. It made it impossible for her family of 3 to leave for the airport. Finally, Xing Shen suggested they use the hotel's rooftop helipad. All 3 of them looked at Zia Zai. Zia Zai stood by the floor-to-ceiling window. Looking down, she could still see Li Yuxing. Then she said faintly, okay. A helicopter left Jiangcheng, and close behind, another helicopter pursued it fiercely. Xing Shen's phone kept ringing. It was Li Yuxing. Zia Zai said, answer it. Xing Shen handed the phone to Zia Zai. Zia Zai answered. Li Yuxing's angry voice came through. Xing Shen, give Zixi back to me. Stop the helicopter. I want to see Zixi. Zia Zai said, Li Yuxing. On the other end, Li Yuxing's voice instantly choked up. Zixi, just see me, don't leave me. Lin Wangxin and I are divorced. She and grandfather deceived me. Zixi, just see me once. Zia Zai's eyes welled with tears, but she smiled faintly. Li Yuxing, I don't care what happened between you and Lin Wangxin. I just want to say, let's just wish each other well. Stop chasing. Zixi, I can't live without you. I can explain everything to you. Zia Zai continued. Li Yuxing, the moment I stopped loving you, no explanation matters to me anymore. Let's end it here. Zixi, I love you. Amidst Li Yuxing's roar, Zia Zai hung up the phone. The helicopter behind them finally stopped its pursuit. Beside her, Xing Shen looked at the crying Zia Zai. He wanted to pull her into his arms, but it didn't seem right. After a moment's thought, he explained what had happened over the past month. Lin Wangxin was actually old Master Li's woman all along. Li Yuxing found out, divorced her, and then found some beggars to get revenge on her. Zia Zai looked at Xing Shen with teary eyes. You didn't have to tell me. Xing Shen's voice was deep. But I don't like you keeping it in your heart forever. The main reason Li Yuxing betrayed you was that the old master told him the person who had been giving him blood all these years was Lin Wangxin. Zia Zai's fingers pulled back her sleeve. The dense pinpricks on her wrist had long since disappeared, but the pain had not. Tears fell from her eyes. Xing Shen, I'm very afraid of pain, but I was even more afraid of Li Yuxing dying. Now, I'm not afraid of anything anymore. How much must one love to disregard one's own life to save someone? And how much must one be disappointed to completely erase the person they loved with their life from their existence? This time, it was her final farewell to Li Yuxing. Li Yuxing, for the rest of our lives, not seeing, not thinking of each other, is the best ending for us. Li Yuxing watched the helicopter carrying Zia Zai fly away. His helicopter landed on a lawn. He didn't move for a long time. His red eyes were filled with pain. Zia Zai's last words, no explanation mattered to her anymore. Her weary voice was filled with utter disappointment and finality toward him. He had hurt Zia Zai so much, yet she hadn't said a word. And her deepest revenge on him was to completely disappear from his world. Li Yuxing fell ill, collapsing heavily. He was sent to the hospital. After 3 days and nights of emergency treatment, he survived. And only one person came to see him, Dongfeng Mayan. He said, Brother Yu, the bridal shop where you and Lin Wangxin held your wedding, it belongs to Zia Zai. Li Yuxing was utterly devastated. Li Yuxing's hand pulled out the needle from the back of his hand. Blood flowed freely. He rushed to the bridal shop like a madman. The bridal shop was still open. The owner was surprised to see him. Mr. Li. Li Yuxing said, this place, it's Zia Zai's. But the owner said, it's mine now. Miss Zia sold it to me. The owner went inside and brought out a wedding dress portfolio for Li Yuxing. These are all wedding dresses designed by Miss Zia herself. I think you'll want to see them. Li Yuxing's trembling hands opened to the first page. The white wedding dress was exquisitely beautiful, and next to it was a short description. He said I'm like a jellyfish in the ocean, cute but venomous. He also said my dimples are pretty when I smile. And I want to give him a jellyfish-like wedding dress. The design of the dress incorporated elements of a jellyfish, translucent, beautiful, and fluffy. Li Yuxing flipped through the pages, one by one. Each dress had a short note all about him. He made me angry today, saying I'm too picky for not eating chocolate. I want to give him a black wedding dress, covered in chocolate from head to toe, to sweeten him to death. He said my skin is too fair, that it turns red with just a pinch. He also said I'm not allowed to show my collarbones. Fine, fine. Today's wedding dress must be lace, covering me from head to toe. And then he flipped to the dress Lin Wangxin had worn. First love. This was the first time he kissed me. I wanted to design it. He had just eaten a strawberry candy, and I wanted to preserve this memory. The dress was adorned with many rhinestones, representing the seeds of a strawberry, giving the whole gown a touch of innocence. Li Yuxing's tears fell onto the dress designs. So Zia Zai had always been using her own way to love him, to record every little moment between them. Li Yuxing sat in the bridal shop from morning until afternoon, then into the deep night, and then until the next day. He bought the bridal shop. He saw every dress Zia Zai had designed. This was a girl's dream, but it was also a girl's boundless love for him. Zixi, I'm sorry, I was the one who overlooked you. Lin Wangxin had known all along that the bridal shop was Zia Zai's, which was why she had brought him here. Initially, she had said the place was small, the dresses were a niche brand, pretty but not too expensive. He had admired Lin Wangxin's virtue of frugality, but in the end, he had wounded Zixi to the core. Lin Wangxin, you really know how to twist the knife. Lin Wangxin had held his hand, and with every move, she had stabbed a fatal blow into Zixi's heart. Every single thing was the most painful for Zixi. He had utterly destroyed Lin Wangxin, sent her to prison, and tortured her. But he would rather have Zia Zai come back and torture him. He would pay any price. Li Yuxing searched for Zia Zai for 5 years. He traveled all over the world, and the news he got of her came from the headlines back home. Zia family heiress and Exing Corp. CEO Exing Shen to hold wedding in 3 days at Exing Corp's 7-star hotel. Li Yuxing never expected that while he searched for her abroad for 5 years, Zia Zai had been in the country with Exing Shen all along. Li Yuxing rushed back to Jiangcheng by plane, arriving the next day. He went straight to Exing Corp, storming into the CEO's office. Unexpectedly, the first person he saw was Zia Zai. His eyes reddened, and he immediately rushed over, pulling Zia Zai tightly into his arms. His body was trembling. "Zixi, Zixi, I finally found you." Zia Zai knew that Li Yuxing had been searching for her all over the world these past years. With the public announcement of the wedding, Zia Zai had anticipated that Li Yuxing would return. "Li Yuxing, this is my husband's office." Li Yuxing's body stiffened. He said angrily, "No, I won't allow you to marry anyone else. You can only be mine. I've been looking for you for so long." "Li Yuxing, I only stayed abroad for a year. I've been in Jiangcheng for the past 4 years." Zia Zai looked at Li Yuxing, her eyes cold. She stated it calmly. Li Yuxing said excitedly, "It doesn't matter. I'll be with you from now on. We'll be together forever. I know you're angry with me, but Zixi, we were together for a full 27 years. Zia Zai looked at the disheveled Li Yuxing. Compared to the dashing man he was 5 years ago, he was vastly different. Zia Zai didn't know if it was because he had lost Li Corp that he had become like this, or because he had lost her. Zia Zai handed a card to Li Yuxing. "These past 5 years, I've come to understand one thing. Li Yuxing, this is 30 billion, the money from when I sold the Li Corp shares. I'm returning it to you. We're even." Li Yuxing's face was deathly pale. "Zixi, I'm begging you, marry me again." But what Li Yuxing received was a marriage certificate. On it, the names Zia Zai and Exing Shen were clearly written. Li Yuxing coughed up blood, his red eyes staring at this real marriage certificate. "Zixi, I really didn't mean it. I love you. I never expected it was you who was saving me all along." 5 years later, facing Li Yuxing again, Zia Zai was much calmer than she had imagined. Her parents had approved of her being with Exing Shen. They got along naturally. It wasn't a passionate love, but it gave Zia Zai an immense sense of security. Perhaps Li Yuxing had exhausted all her love. Zia Zai's hand touched Li Yuxing's temple. There were already a few strands of white hair. "Li Yuxing, I won't save you anymore. Take care of yourself, and don't look for me everywhere anymore. Exing Shen and I will spend the rest of our lives together." Zia Zai let go of her hand and looked at Exing Shen standing at the door. She walked toward him. Li Yuxing saw Zia Zai being held in Exing Shen's arms. His rose had finally entered another man's city. His mind flashed back to their first year of university. Exing Shen had written a love letter to Zia Zai, which Li Yuxing had seen. He had gotten into a huge fight with Exing Shen over it. But Exing Shen had just sneered, "Li Yuxing, I will keep writing love letters to Zia Zai unless you two get married. Otherwise, I have the right to pursue her." And every time Li Yuxing saw a love letter, he would fight with Exing Shen. This continued until after they graduated from university and he and Zia Zai got married. Exing Shen went abroad. Li Yuxing's eyes were red, his voice hoarse. "Zixi, I won't give up on you." Li Yuxing didn't take the card. Zia Zai and Exing Shen's wedding proceeded as planned. Zia Zai was in a snow-white wedding dress, and Exing Shen wore a black suit. The prominent families of Jiangcheng had all attended Zia Zai and Li Yuxing's wedding before. And this time, Zia Zai was getting married again, but the groom was a different person. The wedding began, and what appeared on the screen were 999 love letters. And all the guests saw the date of the last love letter, 1 year ago. "Zia Zai, you finally accepted my proposal. I am so happy you are marrying me. I will definitely give you the most perfect love." Time began to rewind, and the guests saw the very first letter, dated 17 years ago. The guests were all astonished. This was a secret love that spanned 17 years. When Zia Zai saw the date, her eyes filled with shock. "This is a love letter I never had the courage to send. Zia Zai, I think I've fallen for you, but you have Li Yuxing by your side. The way you look at him, there's a light in your eyes. I know this can only be a secret love." Zia Zai, in her snow-white wedding dress, had tears in her eyes. She truly had never expected that Exing Shen had been secretly in love with her since high school. She looked at Exing Shen with teary eyes. But at that moment, a hotel security guard rushed in, his voice urgent. "Mr. Exing, someone is trying to commit suicide on our hotel rooftop. It's Mr. Li." Zia Zai's hands trembled. She thought she had made things clear with Li Yuxing yesterday. Exing Shen looked at her, Zixi, I'll handle it. Ziazai shook her head. Xing Shen, the wedding will proceed as planned. Can we delay it by 20 minutes? Xing Shen held her in his arms, his tone gentle. I know you wouldn't feel right if something happened to him. I'll wait for you. Tears welled in Ziazai's eyes. Although she no longer had the strength to love Xing Shen, she was willing to spend the rest of her life learning how to love him. Ziazai went to the rooftop. Li Yuxing was wearing the same white suit from their wedding. Even though 13 years had passed, Ziazai recognized it at a glance. Li Yuxing, do you want to die? Li Yuxing's red eyes were filled with pain. He stood at the edge of the roof. One more step, and he would fall from the 78th floor of the Xing Corp building, smashed to pieces. Li Yuxing's voice was hoarse. Zixi, without you, I can't live for a single day. Ziazai's teary eyes held a smile. When I saw you kissing Lin Wangxin at the airport, I felt the same way. I thought that if I lost you, I probably wouldn't live long. Li Yuxing begged painfully. Zixi, forgive me. I haven't stopped looking for you for a single day these past 5 years. If I had known you were in the country, I would have come back right away. But Ziazai just smiled. Li Yuxing, have you been to the restaurant where we celebrated our anniversary every year? Li Yuxing was stunned. That restaurant was in this very Xing Corp hotel. The first time they came here, Li Yuxing had done it deliberately to spite Xing Shen, to show him how happy he and Ziazai were in their marriage. But later, it was because Ziazai liked it too. Ziazai said, Li Yuxing, my final anniversary gift to you from 7 years ago is there. Go get it. Xing Shen is still waiting for me. The 30 billion has been returned to you. From now on, we don't owe each other anything, so let's not think about each other anymore. Ziazai in her wedding dress left. Just like that time at the hospital, even if Li Yuxing died in front of her, she would not turn back. Li Yuxing went to the restaurant, urgently asking the manager to bring out the gift. The restaurant manager brought out a frozen box and handed it to Li Yuxing. Mr. Li, Miss Zia said 5 years ago that if you came, I should give this to you. Li Yuxing's trembling hands opened it. When he saw the hospital packaging, he suddenly realized what it was. He opened it. Inside was a pool of bloody water, 2 small, mangled forms. Li Yuxing cried out in pain. At this moment, he finally understood why Ziazai would not forgive him. The 2 lives of their children lay between them. In this lifetime, Ziazai would never forgive him. And at the wedding venue, Xing Shen took Ziazai's hand, and the ceremony began. A wedding with 999 love letters shocked the entire country of Z. This 17-year-long secret love became known to all. On their wedding night, Ziazai received news that Li Yuxing had donated the entire 30 billion to the Children's Fund under Xing Corp. Ziazai just glanced at Xing Shen. Then she placed a kiss on his brow. Yes, husband. Hearing this title, Xing Shen's lips met Ziazai's. Zixi, no matter how Li Yuxing refuses to let go, I will never let go of your hand. Ziazai's eyes held a smile. I will learn to love you. That night, Li Yuxing jumped from the top of the original Li family building. The next day, the news was all about Li Yuxing's suicide. Ziazai couldn't bring herself to look at the bloody images. Later, it was Xing Shen who handled Li Yuxing's funeral affairs. And the headlines all over the city were about Li Yuxing's death. There was one detail that no one else knew. When Li Yuxing died, he was clutching a vibrant rose. And a memory from when she was 15 surfaced in Ziazai's mind. Brother Yu, what kind of flower do you think I'm like? The young girl leaned her face close, just as the young boy looked up, his eyes curving slightly. His eyes were filled with her. He smiled and pointed to a potted plant the girl had just put down nearby. His tone was teasing. That one. Zixi is a red rose, delicate and thorny. Only I can afford to keep you. Ziazai turned to look at the roses Xing Shen had placed there that morning, and tears streamed down her face.